Sheila.
Good morning, Ann Odida. I am coming to you live from the Nairobi Central Business District, and today the activity and normalcy seems to be normal than what we did see on the commemoration of the June 25th protests. But of course, as many commuters, Nairobi residents, and even business owners have experienced this morning, including I myself, is that there has been enhanced security checks across major entry points into this Nairobi CBD. Coming into the CBD, we got in via the Kiambu Road, and we did experience about 2 police roadblocks. In the roadblocks, it is police asking and screening every passenger that is in a vehicle, especially those in public service vehicles, just letting people to say what they are going to do in town, as well as just looking at the numbers that are being carried into and ferried into town. Today we are seeing a lot of public transport on this particular road here. What you're seeing on your screen is the Moi Avenue, and you can see that there is people, passengers, commuters, and transport is normal, as different from what we did see on June 25th. However, there are some businesses that are closed as of now. Perhaps these are some of those people that have not managed to get into town. But yesterday, during the briefing that we did have with the police commander, Nairobi Police Regional Commander, was that there would be this enhanced screenings, and that today, Tuesday, July 7th, would be a normal working day, and so that residents of Nairobi were told not to fear for their safety and security, being assured they are safe and that there would be peace in this particular area. Now, what we have, seen is that there has been no gatherings so far of demonstrations, apart from, the claims that we did see and the press release from some of the lobby groups in Nairobi that there would be demonstrations here in Nairobi, beginning from Givenchy Gardens, just along this Moi Avenue, headed to Parliament buildings. As of now, we have not seen any groups that have formed, and we are just keeping an eye to see whether there would be such, remembering that yesterday Nairobi Regional Commander Issa Mohamud did say that any gatherings that would be held would be seen as unlawful assembly, because what he said is that they had yet to receive a notification of protest from any group. He said that he has not sat down with any group so far, and none had submitted a notification of protest. So we are waiting to see, because there is a lobby group that did mention they had written a letter to the Inspector General of Police, Douglas Kanja, just notifying of the march that would have occurred today as we commemorate the Saba Saba Day from the Givenchy Gardens to Parliament buildings. Its organizers saying that the march would be a call for Parliament to intervene into the alleged cases of enforced disappearances as well as extrajudicial killings. We are keeping an eye on that, and shortly we would be headed to Parliament Road just to see what the situation is there. Yesterday, Nairobi Regional Commander Issa Mohamud too saying that there's some areas that are restricted in terms of access. That includes the Parliament buildings, areas near the Parliament buildings, areas near the government offices here at the Central Business District, as well as areas near the State House. And so what now? We are on the Tom Mboya Street, I believe, and contrary to what would be a normal day here, there is a few activities, of course, but truly it is a very different picture from what was there on the June 25th, where there was hardly any cars spotted here. Now today there's not a lot of heavy police deployment, but we would be going around town to areas, of Parliament, Haile Selassie, just to see what the situation is on those in those particular areas. Of course, today has significance to many, especially in terms of history, and we would therefore be speaking to some of the residents of Nairobi on just what are their reflections, even as a section do commemorate the Sabasaba Day, Sabasaba Day here in Nairobi. Of course, amongst in the last 2 years, the Sabasaba Day has seen protests in several parts of the country. Last year, we did see deadly protests, not here in Nairobi only, but also in other parts of the country. According to KNCHR, last year, about 38 did die during the Sabasaba Day protests that were witnessed, and about 130 others injured. And so today, with the enforced security measures that have been put in place, we would be looking forward to see what the situation and the update would be by evening. But as of now, the Nairobi CBD, things are clear, things are moving. Transport is as usual, just the enhanced screening and Odida. And of course, we want to go and check Parliament buildings if there is heavy police deployment, and we will be letting you know that in a few. But for now, I take it back to you in studio, Anne.
For that update, and of course we'll be joining in, linking up with you later on. And of course, as you've mentioned, we'll be keeping an eye if the protesters will be making their way to Parliament, as they had already said yesterday. Let's link up now with Apollo